Well, as you all know, any lesbian who's any lesbian has their own blog on After Ellen. And this one's mine. Ooh. Seriously. Wow. Stupid tripod. Hi. For my first vlog, I got together with two friends of mine, JD Disalvatore and Doria Biddle. JD is a film producer who I've known for a long time, and Doria Biddle is a producer and co-host of the Frank DeCaro Show on Sirius Satellite OUT-Q 109 every morning. And we got together to talk about to shoot my first vlog, and we sat and we talked and we had fun, and we drank champagne, and but we weren't drunk, don't worry. You know, we wouldn't do this drunk.
Three single lesbians drinking wine and talking about
Cheers.
Committed relationships. Are we the ones that are like have all the dating nightmare
We're the
stories?
long-term singletons.
We're all the problems.
We're really good at relationships because we've done a lot.
Backstabbing, cheating. Like, I just watched the season premiere of The L Word, and you've got like Shane. It's my outer layer of skin flaking off like a snake.
No, we weren't.
You know what? I find out who doesn't read my blog and I make up stories about it. You ever notice that? A couple weeks ago, I claimed that I slept with Suzanne Westenhoefer just to see if she would catch
You
it.
did? So did I.
Oh God! I mean,
This is
honestly,
the best way to solve a problem. Yeah, we were. No. Actually, we weren't.
George and Martha from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
copious amounts of
George and Martha!
The only
Did you guys have
class I took
sororities?
was Mourning and Melancholia.
Shut up.
Because it was like literature and
Mourning and
psychology and
Melancholia.
other things like.
That
you
sounds
Did you brush each other's hair?
Did it rain a lot where you went to school? Because that, with that class, I think
She was in a class with Sylvia Plath in Peace. What's your favorite book? Like some Anna Karenina?
No, Lolita. Or
I love
Yeah.
Lolita.
Yeah,
Someone just
I
asked
like
me
the
that
Sound of
on the
Music. They
website.
like.
My favorite book, and I put Lolita.
Lolita.
Wasn't that hot?
That's the correct. Well, I don't know about hot, but it's brilliant.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what we did that night, and I have it here on my laptop. I'm gonna watch it with you too, and afterwards, if you want to participate and give me something to talk about, because as you're gonna see, I need something to talk about. If you don't give me something to talk about, I'm gonna run around, and I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things, and then it's gonna be like, focus, focus. I gotta warn you, the beginning of this is a little ADHD, which I am. And I did take my meds. Before we shot this, but, you know, like I said, we were drinking champagne, and I don't, might have something to do with it. Anyway, let's watch. Why you guys are here is because I was with the two of you on Doria's show,
And we had
we
so much
this
fun.
idea
so much fun.
came into fruition.
Mm-hmm.
We opened up the phone lines for people, all the lesbians across America, to call in just because she happens to have a master's, and that's what happened for an hour. Is all these lesbians from across the country called up, and they not only asked questions, but they had really incredible insights into the way lesbians date around this country, and we just had a blast. It was
And we
really
got
fun.
pranked by Suzanne Westenhoever. Which
Oh,
was very
yes.
funny.
We had lots of fun.
But what I'm saying is, you don't necessarily have to be, you know, because we have our own issues and our own problems, and you know,
It's easy
I
to
can
look
be,
at
it's
other
great. I can look at other people's problems, and I'm not invested in it, so I can be impartial. But then when I'm caught up in it, I make the same idiotic mistakes.
So, therapists can't solve their own problems. It's good to have objectivity.
Let's get on.
Right? Is that what
But
you're
you
saying?
were going to say something before that.
I mean, hold on. I don't ever get everything right. I want to say that. Lucia, tell them.
No, I almost know. No, almost never. She's good at giving me advice, but the other way around, you know.
It's really a whole lot different when it's an objective situation, and I would like to.
She's like Carlton the doorman on Rhoda.
Okay, let me explain that. That's Lucia. Lucia is my best friend. She's probably the best friend you could ever hope for in the world, and she was with us that night, and she doesn't like to be on camera, but you'll hear Lucia's voice every now and then from the great beyond, and don't let it scare you. You're not having an auditory hallucination. It's, you know, you're okay. It's just Lucia.
Like Schneider, actually.
Schneider.
I'm Cathy Schneider.
You know, shockingly, you're a lot like Schneider.
Yeah, you should have seen me yesterday fixing
You
towel
come in with
rods.
a tool belt pillow.
I'm not kidding.
She does everything from fixing my towel rack to picking me up at the airport.
Is that a euphemism?
I'm not really sure what that means.
She fixed my towel rack.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Good.
Kathy, this
My
just
answer
occurred
is
to me,
today.
but something, I mean, we've all been in therapy. I don't think that's a secret.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't
Some of us
take,
more than others.
but,
Some of us will be going back.
because I've always felt that a therapist should treat every patient, I guess, or what do you call client?
Patient, client, they're both appropriate terms.
as-
That's not an appropriate term, JD.
I think it's hard. Like, everyone's got their own, what they're going through and what they're not. I think therapy's great. Like, the last time I went to a couples therapist, it was like tools. It was all about tools. It's like, not that you're broken and you need to be fixed, but here's your toolbox and these are your tools.
Yes.
And so, personally, from this couples therapist who's not very good,
you should find a therapist that works for you, and that doesn't necessarily mean a therapist that instantly makes you feel warm and cozy. Because should a therapist somehow challenge you as well?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always suspicious of people who've been in
who
therapy
love their therapist.
for 12 years, and you know, and you look at them and they're talking about, oh, I love my therapist, it's so great, I've been going to them for 12 years, and they're like, you're still crazy. A good therapist should treat each patient or client sort of as an unreliable narrator, because we always, when we tell our stories, we consciously or not, we tell them in very self-serving ways. I mean, we have our perceptions, and we also sort of have our agenda, and especially in therapy. You know, if your problem is with your family or your mother or whatever, you know, you're just going to portray your side of it, and we know there's always two sides to every story.
Yes.
So I've had therapists where I get kind of irritated because they don't challenge me enough, and that I find really frustrating, because if they're just going to believe every word that comes out of my mouth, then we're just not going to get anywhere.
Are you saying you lie in therapy? Well, I think you absolutely, number one, you need to be comfortable with your therapist. Because if you're not comfortable, you're not going to be able to bring those parts of you to therapy that need to be there, that need the attention. However, you bring up a good point with being too comfortable. Therapy is not going to be a comfortable process. It's about finding those parts of ourselves that are the hardest to look at.
And if you're not pissed off, it's
Like
not
my
working.
thighs. Raindrops and
But
roses
either-
and whiskers on kittens. And I have commitment issues, so I've never stayed in therapy for more than 3 months.
Which a good therapist would call you out on.
Whatever.
They would. I've written clients a letter when I knew that was their issue and they've bailed a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
I've written them a letter and said, I wonder if this is what's happening for you. I'm here when you're ready. And in some cases it's worked.